You'd think a firm written no would be enough, especially when it involves something personal, like a private boat I bought, maintained, and pay to keep at a marina that's clearly outside the reach of any neighborhood committee. But apparently, that didn't stop Lynn. She's our neighborhood's self-appointed policy sheriff, always itching to control things that aren't hers. This mess started when Lynn sent one of her signature guilt-ridden emails to everyone on the home circle board. Her suggestion? That we use my boat, yes, my boat, as the venue for the next community gathering. It's practically a local fixture, she wrote, like that somehow meant she had claim on it. I didn't waste time. Replied right away. No, I said. Firm, direct, no wiggle room. I laid out the facts, insurance limitations, marina rules, and the simple truth that I never gave anyone access. I thought that would shut it down. It didn't. A few days later, I had to fly out for a family funeral. Before I left, I made sure the boat was secure, doors locked, engine off, dock lines double secured, and the onboard camera linked to my phone. Just in case. And just in case showed up that Saturday night. Almost 9 p.m., my phone buzzed with a motion alert. I pulled up the live camera feed, and there she was. Lynn, wine glass in hand, dragging a cooler up the gangway like she owned the place. Behind her, 3 other HOA board members in vacation mode. Plastic cups, Bluetooth speaker, the whole deal. One even gave the camera a cheesy wave. I immediately called my friend Sam, who lives nearby and is listed as my emergency contact at the marina. He sounded weird on the phone, then admitted Lynn had come by earlier saying I'd told her to grab the key from him. She sounded so sure of herself, he didn't question it. I was livid. I rewatched the footage again and again, especially the moment Lynn laughed and said, "He'll get over it. It's not like we're doing any harm." Oh, but they were. Just not the kind they expected. I could have called security or the police, but that felt too easy. This wasn't a simple misunderstanding. Lynn lied to get access. That's not a mistake. That's deliberate. So I opened the control app for my boat. It's a newer model with some handy features. Remote ignition disable, GPS tracking, even an auto release for the dock ropes. I had that last one added just last year, so I could unmoor with a tap if needed. Then I remembered something even better. The tide chart. That night, a slow outgoing tide and a breeze blowing just enough to carry the boat out if it wasn't tied down. From my hotel room, I clicked release lines and sipped my coffee. The camera showed Lynn walking guests through the cabin like she was hosting a luxury tour. One guy was dancing. Another was relieving himself off the stern. It looked like a college party on water. Then things got interesting. They didn't notice right away, but the boat started to drift. Slowly at first, then more. The dock lights began to fade in the background. Lynn's Instagram, Yacht Night, stream froze just as they slipped out of Wi-Fi range. Her big moment? Captured only as a blurry freeze frame of someone hoarding shrimp cocktail. I watched them realize what was happening in real time. Panic set in. Why are we moving? The engine's not working. Anyone know how to drive this thing? Of course not. I reported the incident to the Coast Patrol through the official app. Told them my boat had been taken without my okay. Uploaded everything, camera footage, messages, proof I denied access. I wasn't interfering. I was documenting a crime. Out in the water, the GPS showed them drifting in circles, clueless and powerless. There are no storms, no danger. Just a long, slow, humiliating ride. Inside their group chat, which I had access to thanks to a former board member who still shared screenshots. Chaos was erupting. Who knows how to turn this boat around? Wait, he didn't say we could use it. We're stranded. This isn't funny, Lynn. Phones started dying. Their wine ran out. So did their patience. By the time the Coast Guard located them, nearly 7 miles out, it was 3 in the morning. No injuries, no real harm. Just Lynn crying, Greg vomiting over the side, and one guy under a towel whispering about sea creatures. They were rescued and brought back in. At sunrise, I got a call from the officer. "Sir, can you confirm no one had permission to use the boat?" "Absolutely. Want the proof now or later?" He laughed quietly. "Now's fine." Later that day, I got confirmation. The incident was officially logged as unauthorized use of a vessel. A federal offense. Charges weren't filed, but everything went to local authorities and my insurance company, since they'd scratched the whole trying to toss the anchor like it was a car brake. Lynn tried to do damage control, called an emergency HOA meeting, claimed it was all a misunderstanding, and even said I had set her up. But Sam, the neighbor she lied to, spoke up. So did the video evidence. That night, in a 6-1 vote, Lynn was removed as HOA president. Greg abstained, probably still nauseous. I could have taken legal action. Trespassing, misuse, even emotional distress if I wanted to go full courtroom drama. But instead, I billed the HOA directly. Repair costs, cleaning, plus a stupidity surcharge if you ask me. When they resisted, my lawyer sent a formal letter. The check arrived 2 days later. Then I sent a short, calm email to the community list. Subject, friendly reminder about private property. My boat is not for rent. Misleading neighbors is still trespassing. Next time, the tide won't be so kind. No replies, just silence. In the weeks that followed, the neighborhood stayed unusually quiet. The same people who used to clog the group chat with endless debates over mailbox colors and lawn heights now barely said a word. No one brought up the boat incident. No one brought up Lynn. It was as if they collectively decided to pretend it never happened. But the silence said everything. Lynn disappeared from the HOA scene entirely. Her emergency meeting was the last time anyone saw her trying to assert control over anything. No more flyers on doors. No more overreaching policy proposals. Her influence dried up faster than spilled wine on a teak deck. I, on the other hand, didn't say much either. I didn't need to. The facts had already done the talking. And the truth is, I wasn't out for revenge. I didn't want to see anyone ruined. What I wanted, what anyone wants, is respect for boundaries, for property, for basic honesty. Because this wasn't just about a boat. It was about the assumption some people carry that they're entitled to whatever they want, whenever they want, just because they think they can get away with it. That's what Lynn banked on. That if she smiled wide enough, acted confident enough, and looped in enough people, I'd just roll over. She gambled. She lost. And frankly, it was a loss she needed. That boat has seen sunsets, storms, and solitude. It's been where I've celebrated good days and cleared my head after bad ones. It's personal, and watching it drift away with a bunch of clueless party crashers aboard. Yeah, that could have gone badly. But in the end, it was the perfect metaphor. They were in over their heads, out of their depth, and completely unprepared for what happens when the rules finally apply to them, too. Since then, the HOA's had a new tone. Meetings are shorter. Discussions are more respectful. People double-check before making bold assumptions. And believe it or not, we've even had a few laughs about it. At Lynn's expense, of course, but still. As for me, I upgraded the boat's camera system, changed the access protocols, and put a few extra measures in place. Not out of fear, but out of principle. I earned that peace of mind, and now I enjoy it more than ever. If there's a takeaway from all this, it's simple. Just because something sits in view doesn't mean it's up for grabs. Whether it's a boat, a home, or even just someone's time, respect the line, or be ready to drift out with the tide. No drama, no shouting, just boundaries, enforced with a smile and the occasional GPS beacon. And hey, if the HOA ever needs a venue again, there's always the community center. At least that one comes with chairs and no anchor. Now when I walk through the neighborhood, folks nod, wave, sometimes even stop to chat. There's a new kind of respect, earned, not demanded. And the boat? Still right where it belongs, tied up tight, peaceful as ever. No unauthorized parties, no late-night mixers, no HOA drama. Just quiet evenings, good water, and the satisfaction of knowing that standing your ground, calmly, clearly, and with proof, still counts for something. People say you shouldn't rock the boat. I disagree. Sometimes you have to let it drift, just far enough for others to finally realize they were never in control to begin with.